the fashion in which he just defeated
Keith
Thurman.
The towering Inferno is still the towering Inferno. He's a problem. He's 6'6", 154. He's a problem for anybody.
Mike, what do you think?
Like I said, it's hard for anybody to come back after 3 years and try to come back and fight top guy in the division. And Fundora went out and done what he's supposed to do. I mean, Thurman done what he could do, but just wasn't enough. He was just too elusive and too busy for him.
Hey, brother, how you doing, man? Well, talk about what happened with Keith tonight. Man, I'm heartbroken for my man, but we knew it was going to be an uphill battle. Hey, Fundora beast, bro. Beast.
So you put that on top of it? He 36, 37 years old. Injuries and everything that he done went through. With, his body breaking down on him. All these postponed fights and due to injury or, his opponent getting injured and stuff, man, like, Keith's career, man, the end of his career has been a travesty.
The boxing world responded strongly to the fight between Keith Thurman and Sebastian Fundora, with Caleb Plant praising Fundora for being at the peak of his performance, highlighting his outstanding execution, excellent coaching, and a flawless game plan.
Stopping Keith.
Yeah, well, Fundora did great tonight. He had a great game plan. He implemented it. He got great coaching. He's got, a great chin, great gas tank. And he's just a great fighter, man.
Was there anything that surprised you about the fight, or you felt like Keith could have done a little bit better?
Man, I think, yeah, I think, it's just, it's a hard puzzle to solve.
Right?
Yeah.
In terms of 154, do you, based on how he fought, do you see Fundora being the best at 154?
Yeah, right now I think he's got the most momentum. He's got a lot of confidence, and right now I think he's on top of his game.
Is there anyone you see being able to handle that size, that length, just the pressure?
I mean, I would never. I'm not going to say there's nobody out there that he can't get it done, but right now, as far as the eye test goes.
Rolando Romero criticized Sebastian Fundora, saying he is unusually tall for his weight class, calling it unfair and hinting at possible behind-the-scenes tactics in boxing that people don't openly discuss.
Version of Fundora, the best version you've seen in...
Man, that dude need to be 86 from the division. He way too tall. I'm sorry, they need to calibrate them scales. I don't know how he making them weight classes. It is not fair. It is not fair.
So he beats Virgil Ortiz?
It is, forget about, it is not fair for him to be in that weight class.
Would you pick him against the 154s, though? Is that what you're saying? Like,
it is not fair for him to be in that weight class. They need to calibrate them scales. We don't know how he makes that weight. All stuff. There is some kind of trickery going on in boxing that nobody wants to talk about.
What do you think about the sustained beatings that he passes out? When he fights, it's the way he gets on top of people and just destroys them.
Man, he over there trying to chop everybody's head.
Ryan Garcia reacted on X after the fight, saying, "Called it, Fundora's style is a nightmare for Thurman. Congrats, way to go, Fundora," praising Sebastian Fundora's dominance and confidence in his prediction. Meanwhile, Timothy Bradley criticized Keith Thurman, saying he's no longer the same one-time Thurman, suggesting his career may be over and noting that he didn't look sharp or impressive in his performance.
Watching Keith fight, watching Fundora, watching Keith, I'm looking at their resumes and I'm just like, man, if Keith pull this off, man, this fight right here might put his ass in the Hall of Fame. If he win this fight, man, this might put him in the Hall of Fame, man. He got some good names on his resume, like, Guerrero and Sean Porter and, a few others. He got some good names on his resume. But this right here, how long he really been out of the ring, like, in the last 3 years, he's only been 3 rounds, people. He's only been he's only been 3 rounds. In the last 3 years, he's only been 3 rounds. Yeah, he gonna have to kill Fundora. Fundora is He like a damn rooster. He just keep plucking and plucking and plucking, plucking and plucking. If you don't take his life, kill him, he ain't got no breath in his body, you can't beat him. I promise y'all that, man. That dude will throw and throw and throw and throw and throw and keep throwing, eating shots and keep throwing. Anyways, man, I'm praying for you, Keith. Man, for real. I think I'm bullshitting. I'm praying for Keith, man. I'm praying for him. I'm praying for Regis Prograis. Ooh, I'm praying for Regis Prograis. Oh, God.
Roy Jones Jr. reacted to the fight by praising Sebastian Fundora, dubbing him a towering inferno and highlighting how incredibly effective his unique style is in dominating opponents inside the ring.
Fundora went out and done what he's supposed to do. I mean, Thurman done what he could do, but this wasn't enough. And he was just too elusive and too busy for him. He wanted to fight. The referee done the right thing. He stopped the fight. There's no need taking on unnecessary punishment. He's a good fighter. And
Excessive punishment for no reason.
For no reason whatsoever.
What do you think happens next for Keith? Is it time to hang him up or to maybe look for a different division? Where do you think he goes from here, Roy?
Well, for me, it's hard to come back at a fighter like that. When you come back fight, you're going to the top guy in the division. It's hard to do that, bro. So he's going to do other things, but it's hard to do that.
Teddy Atlas praised Sebastian Fundora, saying he makes perfect use of his height and fighting style, is performing at his best, and is currently in the prime of his boxing career.
What's your thoughts on that?
With the confidence he's got right now, using his height, the way that he's using it, a lot better. His length and his height, not just his height. He's not, it's not out of question that he could beat anybody. It's not out of question he could beat anyone. Boots is a real good, solid fighter, and he's undefeated. He hasn't learned how to lose. That's a big, big plus, that he has not learned how to lose. And he was a real good amateur. He's a very solid fighter, Boots. Again, he's a very dimensional fighter. He can fight inside, he can box, he can pressure you, he can punch. He's a good body puncher.
Antonio Tarver expressed heartbreak for Keith Thurman while also calling Sebastian Fundora a beast, warning that he will be a serious problem for any opponent he faces.
Not right now, but Fundora's gonna be a tough out for anybody, bro. He's learning how to use his reach and height a lot better, so he's gonna be a tough puzzle to solve.
Keith Thurman expressed disappointment with the fight's outcome, saying the referee didn't do him justice and insisting he could have continued if the stoppage hadn't happened, calling the situation both unfortunate and frustrating.
They make a mistake, and he was just getting way too comfortable. He had a hard press, and we were right on the verge of getting to that sweet spot where both of us were ready to go toe-to-toe, blow for blow, and the ref couldn't handle the violence and, what I was taking. A lot was on the gloves. Some of this on this side was me catching. I remember a fight that I had where on the side of my head looked like a monster symbol, right? And I was like, how the heck did that happen? And it came from the inseam of my own fist. You got 1, 2, 3. The inseam of my own fist hitting my own head, that's where my bruising came from. So we get bruised up just from blocking shots as much as we get bruised up from taking shots. So it's just unfortunate, man. I really think I could hear the crowd. The fight was really just getting good. I was on my feet, never got dropped. And it's just unfortunate.
Keith Thurman said he could still hear the crowd and felt the fight was just starting to get exciting, insisting he was still on his feet, had never been dropped, and calling the stoppage unfortunate. Meanwhile, Teddy Atlas commented on the referee's quick decision, acknowledging Sebastian Fundora's toughness while noting that many viewers disagreed with the stoppage. He explained the referee likely acted out of caution due to Thurman's condition, while also understanding why others questioned the call.
Absolutely, but the referee, a lot of viewers not too thrilled with referee Taylor tonight in that quick stoppage.
I agree. Listen, I can't argue with them, but I don't like to be on the fence. I'm not known for sitting on the fence, but I could understand and don't disagree with them, but at the same time, you could see that the referee kind of knew he'd be safe stopping this because, like, how you gonna really go nuts on him when the guy's busted up, when it was a shutout, and it didn't look like it was gonna change.
Richard Torres Jr. reacted to Sebastian Fundora's performance, highlighting his incredible reach, height advantage, and relentless pressure, noting that every opponent, including Keith Thurman, struggles against his unique style. He also praised Fundora's resilience, ability to absorb punches, and constant aggression, saying it's rare to see a 6 feet 6 inches fighter competing at 154 pounds dominate so effectively. He emphasized that this unusual combination of size and skill is reshaping the boxing landscape, making Fundora a dangerous, game-changing force, and added that he's excited to see what comes next for him.
Saw Sebastian Fundora put on one of those Fundora-esque, Inferno-esque performances again tonight, man. Tell us what you saw.
What are you supposed to do against that guy, man? You know, he's a guy that wants to come at you, wants to stay active, but has this reach that's insane. That can hit you from across the ring, and every guy is gonna be significantly shorter than him. That's a fight, man. Like, anytime he gets in the ring, you know the other person's gonna have a difficult job because he's never fought someone like him. You know, he's just a different guy. You know, I used to not like watching film on some of my guys because like they never fight me how they fight other people. I think that's how Fundora must feel all the time. He's never gonna get a fighter that can fight his natural style or the style that he wants to fight against him. He's 6'6" and 150 pounds. It's insane.
I mean, and it's crazy, man, even when you land punches on him, this is a dude who truly seems like he takes it personal. Not like he gets mad, but if you hit him hard, he hits you 6 or 7 times. Yeah. He is as nasty as they come.
And he took a shot like a champ too. He took like 3 or 4 of Keith Thurman shots, and he ate them, man, and kept coming back. That was incredible. It was a really great showing from him, and I'm just excited to see what's next for him. I'm a fan, you know. And it's weird because like you see it on TV, but you don't get like the awe until you're in person of like that size discrepancy with. I don't know when I've seen it like that again, you know, like 6'6" versus what was he, 5'8", 5'6"? It's almost a foot of just height, and then the length and everything. That guy's dangerous, man.
Right. I mean, and for Keith Thurman, we haven't seen Keith Thurman get bludgeoned like that. We haven't seen him get beaten like that. I mean, he seemed to have been angry in the corner after the stoppage, but even then, man, I mean, still, this was an absolute, we've never seen Keith get stopped. Let's start there and stop.
The host of Blue Blood Sports TV reacted strongly to the fight between Sebastian Fundora and Keith Thurman, pointing out that Thurman, who once held both the WBC and WBA titles, endured a brutal beating. Fundora dominated every round and secured a 6th round stoppage. The host emphasized how much Fundora has improved since his loss to Brian Mendoza, showing major growth in controlling distance, pace, and range. He consistently landed powerful uppercuts from range and kept Thurman on the back foot throughout the fight. Despite Thurman's ring IQ and past wins over Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, and Manny Pacquiao, he was unable to match Fundora's skill, reach, and relentless aggression on the night. The host concluded that Thurman should seriously consider retirement after such punishment, while praising Fundora's evolution and warning that his combination of height, technique, and power makes him a dangerous threat to anyone in the division, including top contenders like Virgil Ortiz Jr.
Keith one-time Thurman, who at one point in time held the WBC and the WBA title. They fought tonight. Sebastian Fundora is now 24 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, 16 wins by way of knockout. And he absolutely beat the stuffings out of Keith Thurman, who is now 31 wins, 2 losses, no draw, 23 wins by way of knockout. And he stopped Keith Thurman in the 6th round. Sebastian Fundora just retired Keith Thurman, people. I don't want to see Keith Thurman come back after what I just witnessed. Keith Thurman just took a brutal beating. Literally. He took a brutal beating. Sebastian Fundora has gotten leaps and bounds better than when he got knocked out by Brian Mendoza, right? typical of people to harvest a flaw that they saw and not pay attention to the progress. And everybody harvests on the fact that he got caught with this right hook. He got caught by Lubin by it, he got dropped, and he got knocked out by Fundora by it. By Brian Mendoza. He has made the adjustment to that now. He has literally made the adjustment to that. He fights tall. He's very active with his jab. He controls the range.
Sebastian Fundora executed an excellent game plan, consistently using his long jab to control distance and dictate the pace of the fight. Keith Thurman struggled to close the gap and cut off the ring, while Fundora moved comfortably, staying in control and avoiding any real trouble. After the fight, Fundora admitted he didn't expect things to go as smoothly as they did. In contrast, many observers are now questioning Thurman's future, with some suggesting he may transition into more of a gatekeeper role in the division. Ultimately, the fight showcased just how difficult Fundora is to deal with. His mix of reach, timing, and ring IQ makes him a dangerous opponent for anyone, confirming his status as a rising force in the 154-pound division.
Fundora had a great game plan by just extending a long jab, keeping the distance the whole time, and really at the end of the day, Keith Thurman had a hard time really cutting the ring. Cutting the distance, excuse me. Fundora had an easy time, really cutting the ring off. Not a lot of complications in this fight. After the fight, Fundora said that, hey, they asked him, listen, did you feel like it was going to be this easy? And he said, nah, I didn't think it was going to be this easy. Now, as far as Keith Thurman is concerned, a lot of people are saying, hey, is this it? Is he the official gatekeeper? Well, yes, boxing is trying to make Keith Thurman the gatekeeper. Now it's just up to, it's up to him at the end of the day. This was a hard task. Anybody that fights Fundora, it's just a different type of...
Keith Thurman tried to land a few body shots and relied on lateral movement, head movement, and defensive activity, but he lacked a clear offensive strategy. Meanwhile, Sebastian Fundora steadily increased the pace, grew more comfortable, and found his timing as the rounds went on, showcasing his superior skill and adaptability. Looking ahead, Fundora expressed his ambition to face top contenders and even mentioned his desire to fight on a Mexican-themed card alongside Canelo Alvarez in September. He also called out Virgil Ortiz Jr., making it clear that he's ready to take on anyone as he continues to establish himself as a dominant force in the division.
Keith was going into the strong hand of Fundora, and it was complicating me trying to figure out what he was trying to do. He really didn't have a game plan. He landed a few body shots and whatnot, but stayed in the outside really with the lateral movement a lot, not really active with the hands. Good head movement at times, but Fundora, it was just a matter of time until he kept pushing that pace and getting a little bit more comfortable and finding his timing. So now everyone's asking, wow, what's next? He says he wants to fight everybody, but in the same time, right, we did hear Fundora say that he would like to fight on that all-Mexican card with Canelo Alvarez in September. He wants to fight Virgil Ortiz. Now, there's lots of talks about June 27th against in New York City. Obviously, you've seen Xander Zayas. He signed.
Signed, sealed, and delivered.
An analyst on YSM Sports Media praised Sebastian Fundora, calling him a unicorn and claiming he has the ability to beat anyone at 154 pounds. He stressed that while every fighter in the division presents unique challenges, Fundora's ability to adapt to different styles sets him apart from the rest. He added that, on paper, Keith Thurman is one of the most accomplished fighters at 154, which makes Fundora's victory even more impressive. The analyst also pointed out the flaw in relying on triangle theory, explaining that even though Fundora was previously stopped by Brian Mendoza, Mendoza himself lost to Jonas Tellez, showing how styles and matchups in boxing don't always follow a predictable pattern.
He stands a chance. He's a unicorn. And Fundora could beat everybody in 154, but I think it's a bunch of dudes that could definitely be Fundora. Every fight's different. Every style is different. And when you look on paper, Keith Thurman is probably the most accomplished fighter at the division outside of Jamal Charlo. So naturally, everybody is going to oh my God, Fundora, who can beat him? triangle theory doesn't work because Fundora got stopped by Brian Mendoza. Brian Mendoza loses to Yoenis Telez. Yoenis Telez loses to Abbas Baru. Xander Zayas beats Abbas Baru. So does that mean that Xander Zayas can beat Sebastian Fundora? We don't fucking know. They got
This inconsistency highlights just how complex style matchups can be, and why Sebastian Fundora stands out as an outlier in the division. According to the analyst, his unique combination of height, timing, and power allows him to dominate opponents in ways very few fighters can replicate, further solidifying his position as a top contender at 154 pounds.
Out there, he's doing his thing. So, you know, I'm holding the East Coast down. But I don't want an overreaction, right? And it's too much overreactions from fans and pundits. It's like, when one fight happens, dude is a fucking bum. Another fight happens, dude is a monster. One fight happens, he's a bum. Next fight he's exposed. Next fight he's overrated. Next fight, nobody can beat him. Don't work like that. Don't work like that. Each fight is different. Each fight is different. And now, I need people to look out for this. Expect Fundora versus Virgil next.
An analyst from Boxing Ego reflected on the current state of boxing, noting that some veteran fighters are nearing the end of their prime. He bluntly stated that in such a demanding sport, fighters like Keith Thurman, now 37, and Israel Adesanya, 36, are facing natural physical limitations. He pointed out that Adesanya has already endured multiple recent losses, and suggested Thurman's career trajectory may be heading in a similar direction. While Thurman can still compete, the analyst argued that performing at a championship level at this stage is becoming increasingly unlikely. He also highlighted Thurman's past achievements, including his bout with Manny Pacquiao and other notable moments, but emphasized that inactivity and age inevitably take their toll. Against elite, active fighters like Jaron Ennis, he suggested it would be extremely difficult for Thurman to remain competitive.
Basically at a spot where some of the older legends is over for him, you know? And I hate to sound blunt, but I don't know no other way to be, right? Where fight game, brutal sport.
Turning to the recent fight, the analyst praised Sebastian Fundora, calling his performance both impressive and dominant. Fundora's skill, reach, and smart use of his long jab allowed him to control the fight from start to finish. He followed a clear game plan, kept Keith Thurman on the outside, and gradually increased the pressure to secure the victory. The analyst concluded that Fundora is a rising force in the division, while Thurman may need to carefully consider his future after the punishment he absorbed.
Adesanya, and guess what? He's right up there, age 36. And when you start taking, like, Adesanya got 4 losses in a row at this point. 4. You know what I mean? So I don't really know where you would really go from that point. Keith Thurman, pretty much the same story. At age 37, I don't know where you go. It was a punishing fight, and we will get to the fight. Stay tuned to the end of the video, but I want to show you guys, for all my avid listeners, boom, Keith Thurman, age 37. So fought Pacquiao, done amazing things.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned for more. Until next time.